Amid several reports of atrocities against minorities, especially Hindus in Bangladesh, RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has said that there is a need for global Hindu support for those affected and has urged the Indian government to help them. He was speaking at the annual Dusshera event in Nagpur. Once again, he has given a call for unity among Hindus. He even said, being weak is a crime. If we are weak, we are inviting atrocities. Hence, there is a need for Hindus to be united. Listen.
अब हमारे पड़ोस में ही बांग्लादेश में क्या हुआ, उसके कुछ तात्कालिक कारण और पहलू है, ये बात ठीक है, लेकिन इतना बड़ा उत्पात तो उससे नहीं होता। वो कारण उनकी चर्चा जिनका विषय है वो करें, परंतु दो बातें ध्यान में आती है। पहली बात है कि उस उत्पात के कारण वहां के हिंदू समाज पर जो अत्याचार बार बार होते हैं, उस परंपरा को फिर से दोहराया गया। पहली बार वहां का हिंदू संगठित होकर अपने बचाव में रास्ते पर आया, इसलिए कुछ बचाव हो गया, परंतु कहीं कोई गड़बड़ हो, दुर्बलों पर अपना गुस्सा निकालने की ये जो कट्टरपन की प्रवृत्ति है, वो प्रवृत्ति जब तक वहां विद्यमान है, तब तक वहां के हिंदू क्या, वहां के सभी अल्पसंख्यक, उनके सर पे खतरे की तलवार लटकी रहेंगी। उनको आवश्यकता है मदद की। विश्व भर के हिंदुओं की, भारत के सरकार की सहायता उनको मिले, ये उनकी आवश्यकता है। दुर्बल रहना अपराध है। हम अगर दुर्बल है, असंगठित है, तो उसका मतलब हम अत्याचार को निमंत्रण दे रहे हैं।
Now, viewers, Congress party has reacted to the statement made by RSS chief. Instead of condemning the attacks on minorities in Bangladesh, especially Hindus, Pawan Kheda of the Congress party has dragged the issue of minorities in India, saying if minorities in India say they should unite, then it is seen as a threat. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has also reacted, along with Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav, and both have slammed the centre. Aam Aadmi Party, meanwhile, has said that before speaking about other places, there is a need to look at what's happening within the country. Listen.
जो लोग देश में यूनिटी चाहते हैं, वो पार्टी जो डिसयूनिटी चाहती है, उस पार्टी को सपोर्ट करने वाले आप ही हैं, भागवत जी ही हैं। पहले कहाँ से शुरू करें? संविधान बदलने से शुरू करें, रिजर्वेशन निकालने से शुरू करें, हिंदू मुसलमानों के बारे में अलग अलग बात के, और करने वाले तुम और बुद्धि दूसरों को सिखा रहे हैं।
Well, I'm glad from the minorities in Bangladesh he's learned to appreciate what minorities go through, and I hope that RSS and Mohan Bhagwat ji will be henceforth more sensitive towards minorities everywhere, including in India.
कौन क्या कह रहा है अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर, और जिस समय भारत को अपनी फॉरेन पॉलिसी के तहत बांग्लादेश को बचाना चाहिए था, तब भारत के लोग कहाँ थे, या यही लोग जो विचार दे रहे हैं वो कहाँ थे लोग? हमें उस पर कुछ नहीं कहना है। ये देश सबका है, और आजादी के बाद देश जो बना, आजादी दिलाने में सबका साथ था।
हमारे देश की बेटियां सुरक्षित नहीं हैं, चाहे वो मणिपुर हो, चाहे वो हमारी पहलवान बेटियां हों, चाहे अस्पतालों में हमारी डॉक्टर हों। मेरा मानना ये है कि इधर उधर की ठेकेदारी लेने से पहले अपने देश के ऊपर काम करने की ज़रूरत है। आप बाकियों को तो तब जोड़ेंगे जब पहले आप देश जोड़ेंगे। आप तो खुद देश के अंदर इस तरीके का जहर घोल के चुनाव लड़ते हैं, तो पहले देश को एकत्रित करने का सोचें, बाकी विदेशों के बारे में बाद में सोचें।
Let's now go across to my colleague Rishabh joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Rishabh, it's an important message that has come from the RSS chief, because we have seen over the last few days specifically how there have been number of incidents as far as attacks on Hindus and on minorities in Bangladesh is concerned. And on all of this, what we are seeing right now is pure politics.
Well, definitely. What Mohan Bhagwat was referring to was the atrocities on Hindus and minorities, for that matter, in Bangladesh. But this has opened a Pandora box here in India, while be it, Mallikarjun Kharge, the president of Congress Party, or the head of communications, Pawan Kheda, Akhilesh Yadav, or other leaders from the opposition parties, they all have started cornering Mohan Bhagwat, saying that, okay, it's okay, you are concerned about things happening in Bangladesh, but what about India? In India also, as per opposition, there are issues that need to be addressed. And Pawan Kheda actually went on to say that he's happy that by the atrocities that are being meted to the minorities in Bangladesh, at least BJP and RSS are now sensitive about minorities, and they would understand what not to do with minorities in our country as well. So definitely the politics around what Mohan Bhagwat said in his Dusshera speech has mounted, and all the opposition party, be it Congress, be it Samajwadi Party, be it Aam Aadmi Party, all the major parties have jumped into it and have been aggressive against BJP and RSS.
All right, Rishabh, requesting you to stay on with us. We have Mr. Nalin Kohli of the BJP joining us on the broadcast as well. Mr. Kohli, good afternoon. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. Yet again, looking at the situation, especially of Hindus, minorities in Bangladesh, an important message has come from RSS chief. But at the same time, opposition has said that, instead of talking about what's happening anywhere else, there is a need to see what is happening within the country. How will you like to respond?
The opposition parties, either they have a clear anti-Hindu mindset, or they are apologetic when anything related to the Hindus comes. There is no Hindu country in the world. When India got partition in 1947, the Hindus of this country, the majority Hindus, decided for a constitution, because Pakistan was formed on the basis of Muslims wanting a separate nation. And India, minorities have grown. But can the majority community become a second-class citizen, and should Hindus suffer for being Hindus in other parts of the world? When the bill came out to bring those people, like in Bangladesh, Pakistan, other places, to India, there were massive protests. The Congress Party also stood against it. Other opposition parties stood against it. They were willing to see that women were raped, killed, murdered, temples destroyed in the name of secularism. This is not secularism. This is pseudo-secularism, what the BJP has been saying from the 1980s. Now, Prime Minister Modi's government has never shown discrimination to anybody. It serves the people irrespective who's Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Parsi, Jew. But why is the Congress Party particularly, and the opposition parties, so apologetic or so negative towards Hindu concerns? What's happening in Bangladesh? Is it something that you can't speak about? What's happening in Bangladesh with the Hindu community, the temples being ransacked, women getting molested? Is that what you expect from a secular country? And why do they believe that the Muslims of India would like Hindus to be molested, beaten, raped, their temples destroyed in Bangladesh or Pakistan?
Right.
The Muslims are Indians also. They also would like to see that this country, as secular as India is, the other countries should also do the same, because this leads to a counter concern. And therefore, what has been said by the RSS chief, Mohan Bhagwat ji, is relevant. It is something that everybody should support.
Right.
I am amazed that the opposition parties are actually wishing to criticize it.
In fact, Mr. Kohli, to be precise, two specific issues have been raised by the Congress party, and I'd like you to respond to those. One by Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, who has questioned the support of RSS to the BJP. He believes that it's the BJP that's dividing the country. That's point number one that has come from the Congress. And second is what Mr. Pawan Kheda has said, that while on one hand, Mr. Bhagwat is talking about the condition of minorities in Bangladesh, if in India people start talking about minorities coming together and, that will be in fact seen as a threat. Instead of condemning what's happening with Hindus, with minorities in Bangladesh, this is the kind of reaction we've got from the Congress party. How will you respond?
The Congress leaders are fake Hindus. They either hate Sanatan Dharma, or they don't care that other Sanatan Dharmis are molested, murdered, their temples ravaged. And they have a counter story also. Minorities, and let's say it bluntly, Muslims in India, their number has grown. In Pakistan, it has gone from 10% to less than 1%. Christians, their numbers have dwindled in Pakistan. In Bangladesh, it has dwindled. Hindus have dwindled. So therefore, the concern is with those countries. How can you compare it with here? And if they love Pakistan so much, well, the other one will be not surprised because, you know, the Congress party is the party that actually, under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, wanted the partition. And they are the ones who created all the ills of the partition era. Millions of Hindus suffered, died, lost everything. Yet this country, through the decades, has been staunchly, based on the constitution, a secular country. And if this is the Congress party's so-called vision of secularism, then God help us.
Right.
Secularism cannot be that Hindus are tormented at the cost of saying that we are protecting other religions. Secularism means the state has no religion, and the state will not discriminate on the basis of religion, which is a constitutional guarantee under Part 3 of the Constitution, fundamental rights.
All right. Mr. Nalin Kohli, appreciate you joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective.